3 days, really sore, and probably the other end of the spectrum. But now I had chicken last night. I had noodles last night. I just have to chew everything. Like, I called Sandy because I was hungry right away. But this morning it was 16 pounds.
You lost 16 pounds?
16 pounds. So. And the hospital was amazing. That's the biggest thing. The people at the hospital were the best. We're from Canada. We have a pretty good healthcare system, and this made ours look pretty. It was really excellent, and
you can, if you don't mind, the nurses took good care of you.
They did amazing from
so
the beginning.
If you want to look at the camera and say thanks to them, we'll tell them to look at that. Yeah.
Pamela was great with
Pamela, all right.
Pamela checked us in, and then she was.
Yay, Pam! Right.
She was great.
Yeah,
so.
good.
Yeah. So now I'm ready to have these staples out.
Right.
That was the hardest part afterwards, was the staples. We went to the dam, we did all the tourist things. I did miss food. I was hungry right away. As soon as I came out of surgery, I was ready for food, and that hasn't stopped. But now I just have to become used to eating more frequently and constantly, because I was used to having one meal a day, which was really unhealthy. But I feel great now.
And how about for the people who are thinking about the surgery? Your surgery was last Wednesday.
Yeah, last Wednesday.
And you said you had some pain after surgery.
Yes.
And you know, we use the pain score, the 1 through 10, and we say 1 is a paper cut and 10 is being run over by a bus. What kind of pains were you suffering, would you say?
When I first woke up, I was probably about a 2.5. And when I was back at the hotel, I probably went up to a 3.5.
Right.
And I felt like, I mean, everything is so great about the surgery. That's all I heard was the good things.
Right.
This is great. This is the best thing ever. The blog, you're chatting with people, and that's all you hear.
And so this is, let me interrupt you, then this is a good thing for you to give some reality testing for somebody else. We'll put this video up and say, hey, listen to this, because sometimes you have pain.
Yeah, it was totally, for me, it was real. That's what I called it.
Yeah.
It was. Welcome home. And you said to me, well, you're kind of old, Ken. And I was like, I'm old, I'm 41. But EJ, who was with me, who's not here right now, is in his 30s. And I was a smoker, so that changed. But I guess the biggest thing for me to say to most people is, don't be discouraged right away, because I was really discouraged. And Kevin bared the brunt of most of that. I was like, well, I'm not supposed to be hungry now. Why am I hungry? Why am I craving food? And I went out and I did the 8-drop soup, and I did soups everywhere. I mean, I know Las Vegas soups now. So if you need a menu for anything in Las Vegas for soup, I've got it covered.
That could be a video. I could see it.
Yeah, totally. When we get back, we're going to type in our experience because it was pretty. We got to know quite a bit.
Good.
Whole Foods is amazing.
Yep, love Whole Foods.
It's great for takeaway. So. Are you going to take these out?
Absolutely. I'm sorry. I was let you finish talking before I jumped up.
So this morning it started bruising. Actually, I wasn't bruised at first.
I think that's pretty good for being stabbed 5 times.
Yeah. Well, I called you, and that's what you said to me both times. Every time I called to complain. Well, I stabbed you.
Well, if you have a pain of, let's say a paper cut is 1, and a bad pain is shot with a gun is a 10. If I heard you right, you had pains of 2 and 3.
Yeah.
And that's unfortunate, but for major abdominal surgery, I'm still kind of okay with it.
And this one, I have left a lot of T-shirts in the garbage
because they often will have some bloody fluid come out.
Yeah, this one was the bad one.
Yeah.
But it's good now.
Good stuff.
Yeah. Thank you, sir. We'll see you in a few months.
All right, good.